Hi, my name is Luke Lewitzky, and I'm one of the personal trainers at the Elite Sports Clubs. And we're here today to talk about how to properly warm up, stretch, and how to properly perform shoveling during the winter season. The snow is starting to fall, it does pile up. We want to make sure that we do this in a very safe manner and make sure that we do warm our body up beforehand so that we aren't likely to pull a muscle or overexert ourselves. So the first thing you want to do before going outside and shoveling is to actually get warmed up. I would recommend just running in place, jogging in place for about 5 to 10 minutes, just really trying to get the heart rate elevated just slightly, make the muscles a little bit more warm, and make sure that you are prepared to actually go out and do the physical activity of shoveling. Then we're going to go through just some basic warm-up stretches to do to make sure that the muscles are a little bit more pliable and ready to perform the activity. So starting off just very easy, jogging in place, 5 to 10 minutes, get yourself warmed up, get the heart rate elevated slightly. From then we're going to go through 4 basic stretches. The first stretch that we're going to do is called a walking knee hug. And basically this is designed to stretch the hip, the glutes, and the lower back. And so to perform this walking knee hug, you're going to step forward, bring one knee into the chest, hold for a couple seconds, making sure the chest stays nice and tall, and step through to the other leg here. Stepping through. You want to do this about 10 times for each leg. The second stretch then is to stretch the opposite side of the body, the quadriceps and the hip flexors. So it's a walking ankle grab. You're going to step forward, bringing the ankle back behind. Again, keeping the chest tall, getting the good stretch, staying nice and long through the hips, and repeat. Bringing the ankle right back behind. Again, you want to perform this about 10 times each leg. The third stretch that I'm going to have you do is going to be a hip cradle. For the hip cradle, basically what you're going to do is bring the foot on the up in front of the thigh, grabbing the ankle, again keeping the chest tall, and just slightly pushing down on the knee. This is going to help open up the groin and the hips. Step forward, pull, again chest is tall, shoulders are set back. The fourth stretch you want to do, we want to make sure that we do really stretch the hamstrings, the hip flexors, the inner and outer thigh, and the lower back. So what we're going to do then will be just some leg swings, basic leg swings. If you need to, you can use a wall for balance. Basically, you're going to take one leg, you're going to keep the leg nice and straight, soft bend of the leg that you're going to stand on, and you're just going to swing the leg back and forth, keeping the chest nice and tall to get a good active dynamic stretch through the hamstring, into the glute and the lower back, along with the hip flexor back behind. Try to eliminate any sway through the body. So nice and tall. Go front back to get the hamstring and the hip flexor. And then you can also go side side to stretch the inner thigh and the outer thigh. So now that we're ready to actually do the shoveling, a good tool that you want to use is an ergonomic shovel. It's going to help save the lower back, keep your body in more of a proper alignment, and make the shoveling more efficient. When using an ergonomic shovel, or basically any shovel, you want to stand behind it. You want to be able to keep the chest nice and tall, and ideally you want to push the snow instead of actually lifting it. So standing behind it, you're going to push the snow in front, keeping the body nice and tall. If on the chance that you do have to lift, we want to make sure that we can use our legs to lift the snow properly, not to make sure that we don't take too much snow. So now that we have finished shoveling, we want to make sure that we do a nice proper cool down and stretch the muscles that have just been working. We want to make sure that when we do the stretching, we hold each of these stretches for about 30 seconds to allow proper time for the muscles just to relax and release any tension that's been built up. So again, 4 very basic, easy stretches we can do that's going to help elongate and stretch the lower back, the hamstrings, the hips, and then also the trunk or the torso. The first stretch I want to show you is going to stretch the lower back, the mid back, and the hamstrings. You're going to have a seat on the floor. Then with both knees bent, you're going to reach forward and grab the sides of the feet. You're going to slowly then extend the legs, keeping this good connection at the feet here to stretch the lower back, the hamstrings, and the mid-back. Again, you want to hold that stretch for about 30 seconds and then repeat it so that we have a total of 1 minute altogether of the held stretch. The next stretch that we're going to do will be to stretch the outer thigh and the glutes. So for this stretch, you want to lie down on your stomach, resting on your forearms. You're going to bring your leg across in front, and then you're just going to, bring your leg in front, and then you're just going to sit down or lay into the stretch here. Try and keep the shoulders square and the hips fairly square. Again, you should feel this stretch through the outer thigh and glutes. Holding the stretch again for 30 seconds. Come up. Switch legs. Bring the knee across the body. Dropping down to the forearms and sitting into the stretch here. The third stretch that I'm going to have you do, I want you to lie down on your side. As you do that, you're going to bring your top leg in front, holding the knee against the floor. This stretch is designed to open up the chest and the shoulders along with loosening the trunk. So holding the knee against the floor, you're going to take your top arm and you're going to rotate and open up, getting a good stretch through the hip, the stomach, the lower back, and chest. Again, you're going to repeat to the other side. The last stretch that we want to do is to stretch the upper back, the neck, and the shoulders. So for this, we're just going to bring our arms straight across, making sure that we don't elevate the shoulder. Keeping it down, support just above the elbow, and pull into the chest. And then repeat to the other side. Again, always making sure that we hold the stretch for at least 30 seconds, and then repeating it one additional time. Thank you.